So, from the opposition, the government in waiting, what's your view on this?
Is that an election year?
Because
that's comforting.
I mean, because you got the wrong end of the ratings agency stick over the last few years. I mean, as I said, the president, the finance minister, in fact, they were almost like an international tour rallying Africa to say, look, we need to start putting in place. I believe even the AU put in place measures to start an African ratings agency on the back. So when you saw B-, what was your first reaction?
To read the reasons. I mean, sometimes people read headlines without going into the details to understand the why. So when you see the headlines, you want to go into the reasons. I find it interesting that, my brother Sharif is talking about, the commitment and the Jenupoko Ajiman, Mahama force and the economy. I was hoping that we were not going to, get into that space, because if you pay attention to the reasons that Fitch has advanced for this upgrade and this outlook, the reasons are very clear. The reasons are the fact that on the 19th of December in 2022, Ghana declared first a debt standstill, and second, started a program to restructure our debt. I think my brother was generous enough to mention that the tee-off was the domestic debt exchange program, and then you got to deal with the official credit committee. In fact, today in Parliament, I brought you a report. Today in Parliament, we have now approved in Parliament, at least at committee level, the OCC debt restructuring on that side of things. So it is very clear what is accounting for this one. 70, if I even look at the 10 reasons that the Fitch Ratings gave, about 7 of them clearly deal with the debt structure, debt restructuring. And I think we have to be fair to those facts. But I don't think we're here to try and appropriate, who is the one to take a victory lap for this. I am hoping rather that we're going to be looking at what the numbers say on the radar and how as a country we'll learn the appropriate lessons to move forward. One of them is the fact that there are genuine, relevant concerns still about how the international credit ratings do their work. Yes, we got the short end of the stick at the time, and our leaders were speaking up about it. I was telling Professor Bokwin when we were getting ready to come in that those conversations are still very germane. Because with these same numbers, some other countries will be given better ratings than we are being given. And if you go to the market with these ratings to seek to borrow, we're going to pay a higher risk premium because of the credit ratings that the international credit ratings.
Do I hear you say you expected a better rating than B+?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the reason for which our leaders in the past complained about it is that even for the same fiscal parameters, you will find that they will score other jurisdictions better than they are scoring us. And that's what led to the call that maybe Africa should begin to look at its own credit ratings agencies. I was just explaining that. I think for me, the most important thing is where do we go from here? Because the reasons are clear. And how do we ensure that we don't get back into the same spot again? And it comes for me down to the issue of how we are managing our finances as a country. I mean, today, people confuse the failure to meet fiscal targets with fiscal discipline.